Webtoon family, how you guys doing today? I'm Webtoon King, and this is my chapter review of Hardcore Leveling Warrior Earth Game Chapter 5. Now, I only got like two more chapters before I catch up. 2 or 3, it depends. Because I'm trying to push out a chapter every 2 days so I can catch up quick. But anyways, let's talk about my man Ethan being done bad at the end of the chapter by getting stabbed. Now, we're not going to talk about it. I'm going to table this for the end of the chapter. So we're going back to the beginning. So the beginning of the chapter started off like how the last chapter ended, chapter 4. So basically Armin pressing Ethan about being in love with her in his previous life. But basically Ethan was like so shy. He was trying to find distractions so he can like distract her with, so she won't keep asking him questions about him being in love with her, or at least her previous self. So basically, what Ethan decided to do, he decided to grab a crab and explain to her that if you press the crab by the stomach, I think it was by the stomach, it lights up. But when he turned around, he noticed that she was on the ground, so he freaked out a little bit. But good news though, Ethan was able to wake her up. But while waking her up, we just see how negative this new Armin is. If you guys know the OG series, Armin is she's a very positive person. Even when she was sick in the OG series, she was very positive. This new Armin is kind of like the opposite of her. But towards the end of the chapter, you can see her coming back to her old self, basically. But when she woke up from her passing out, she's basically like doubting that she's capable of doing anything. When she said that, I was like, damn. And this is when I was like, yo, man, thinking of the OG series, she's really the opposite, man. She's not the same like her OG self. But I can't say that because Armin don't have memories of that. She probably lived through different experiences in this new universe, so it's basically a new person. So hopefully if she gets her memory back, she's going to change back to her old self. But Ethan had to cheer her up by telling her that she would get healed soon. That's why they're at this dungeon, to get her healed. And Ethan gave her a sword before they went into the dungeon. You know, the SS rank dungeon that they show up at the last chapter? Yeah, so he gave her a sword. I'm not going to... Every weapons, every dungeon boss, I'm not gonna say what the stats is. I'm just gonna put it in the. I'm gonna put a picture up and you guys read it. It's too much reading the stats off for you guys. So if you guys want to know what each monsters do, then I'm gonna have a picture of it, the statistics, and then you guys read off. Pause the video, read it. But anyways, the reason they're at this dungeon is because first of all, there's something called the Memory of Deep, and to me this is the most OP item you can get in the game, because basically Ethan explained to us, and technically he's explaining to Armin that this Memory of Deep has the ability to heal all ailments, and bring your body back to its best. Basically, it doesn't even matter. Like, this is why I say this ability is OP. It doesn't matter if a god affected you with something; it will still heal you. So to me, this is an OP. Not weapon. It's an item. So they're here for it, but the only downside to this item is that you have to be the one to get it. So basically, she has to be the one to be the final boss. So Ethan basically told her, she don't believe she can do it. She's like, yo, come on, be realistic. Like, I'm not gonna be able to beat a dungeon boss, basically. And Ethan's like, yo, I will help you every way. Like, he basically tell her, like, he's gonna help her all the way there. He's gonna tell her step by step how to beat this dungeon. Because if you guys don't know, Ethan still got his memory. He's a pro gamer, and plus he got his memory from the OG series, the Lucy Adventure series. So he knows how basically almost every dungeon how it is. he still got that memory. And we get to see throughout the chapter him, when they go in the dungeon, him, what he told her before they went to the dungeon. She's like, oh, the whole time she's like, yo, he was right. He knew how this would happen, when to attack, when to do this. Because Ethan, Hardcore 11 Warrior, has been farming a lot of dungeon in the OG series. So that's why he was #1 rank the OG series. So he still got his memory and shit. But anyways, before attacking the dungeon, like I said, he gave her step by step on what to do. So Armin decided to like trust him. She's like, alright, I trust you. And like I said, this next portion of the chapter is just gonna be them fighting the dungeon boss Lackey. So anything that comes up, like the statistics and all that stuff, I'm just gonna have their picture on the screen. You guys pause the video and read it. I'm not gonna say everything. Now I might mention the ability in O2, but I'm not gonna say everything that the dungeon boss can do. That would take too long. Now we finally went into the dungeon room. The system kind of registered Armin as the one that opened the door, so obviously any reward we get in this room, Armin's the one who's gonna get it. But she does still have to be the one to kill the dungeon boss herself. Ethan can help her with other monsters, but she needs to defeat the dungeon boss herself. Now, going into the dungeon room, it let us know the name of the boss, which the name is called Witch of the Deep Chamber. Also, we get to see Armin's last name when the system registered. Before I even move on to the boss, let me talk about her last name. It's called Armin Lima, which I don't know if we knew that, but maybe we did, maybe we don't. I don't remember the OG series like completely. But Lim is okay, I guess. But the first thing they saw was a bunch of ugly ass eggs, which Armin is surprised because Ethan kind of told her, like, everything that's gonna happen. Ethan already told her, so she's surprised that it's actually coming true. Like, everything Ethan told her is happening right now. But those ugly ass eggs we saw. Then we move on. We see the dungeon boss. We only see like the top half at first. And she's basically, we see the stats. Her stats is, or it let us know that she's a SS rank dungeon boss. It kind of gives us a story time of the dungeon boss, so it might come in handy in the next chapter. Because if they're giving this to us, then it's gonna affect the story somehow. So it let us know that the dungeon boss used to be in love with a human. The human got killed. So I'm guessing that's her motivation. Like I said, that's probably going to give us thinking of how to beat her and all that stuff. But that's probably not going to come into fruition until next chapter. But the first thing the dungeon boss did was call her sister from the ugly ass eggs we saw at the beginning of walking into this dungeon. And they were all level 8s. And my god, look at the design for all of them. These are throwaway monsters and the design is amazing. Look at it. 3 amazing designs that can be like main character designs. That's crazy how they throw away designs in this series. But anyways, Ethan has to fight them, and he's trying to meet a requirement to unlock a hidden monster for so that Armin can beat the hidden monster and she can go straight to level 40. So I'm gonna list all the requirements he has to meet for the monster, the hidden monster, to show up. The first one is he has to get hit with all 3 of the sisters' signature attack at once, which is hard as hell. The second one is he has to one hit kill each of the 3 sisters. And the last one is let the 3 sisters rely their grudge to their baby sister. So, which obviously means the hidden monster is the baby sister. That's kind of letting us know that the hidden monster is the baby sister. But while going through all that, through all this requirements, we see him being when he beat all the sisters, he didn't kill them so they can do the last requirements of crying to the little sister. He didn't kill them. So when they cry to the little sister, we get to see this ugly ass young sister that's just ugly as hell, but the rank is S rank. So Ethan is cruel as hell because he basically told her that she's adopted, basically. And basically Ethan also told her, didn't you ever wonder why you're the ugly one in the family? And the monster kind of freaked out. And he's like, no, my parents told me that I will get beautiful when I get older. And Ethan kind of looked at her with a straight face like, and you believe that? And the monster freaked out to the point she was destroying the eggs. While destroying the eggs, it never came to me. I never thought about the fact that these eggs are people, like not people, but mermaids, her people, her race. I didn't realize she was killing her own people. So when she did, Ethan was let her know, like he's like, oh, good, this is good. Once the blood got to her hands, he told her like, you know, you just killed your family members, and she started freaking out. And this was part of the plan. And he even was basically, oh. He was basically like, oh no, you killed them. like trying to make her freak out basically. And while she was freaking out, Armin got behind her and killed her, and that was part of the plan. And Armin was able basically to jump up to level 40, and that's quick, just like Ethan did. And I was happy that happened, but these two look like villains in this chapter. But anyways, Armin is able to get her class change, and it's the same class she had in the OG series. So I guess not everybody's gonna have different class. I was hoping, but some might have the same abilities, and some might have different abilities. So if you guys remember the OG series, her class was called the Columbus, and after she got her class change, the dungeon boss basically got up, stretching, basically saying that they're not bad. And she basically told them she's going to capture both of them and turn them into mermen and mermaids, basically. So Ethan and Armin basically took their stance. They also decided to let us know the Columbus, her class perk, all the perks she gets for being a Columbus class. So I'm gonna read it off because I'm gonna read it from the webtoon. So Armin, this is what it said. Armin personal trait La Santa Maria of Columbus comes with an overpower option that boosts damage output by 100% when fighting in the presence of water. So there needs to be water around because we're currently underwater. They're basically underwater. The bonus will remain for the entire fight, basically. She also has a cannon that deals an extra 100% damage against boss monster, and this is the boss monster they're fighting. In other words, Armin could now deal 3 times as much damage with that attack. It definitely works even on Atanash. Now, if that's not a perfect plan, I don't know what is. This is what Ethan says. So that's all her perks. Maybe she got more, but this is the perks they gave us this chapter for being a Columbus class. But while doing that, the dungeon boss is kind of fucking around, just like mini mani mo, and she attacked. She was able to stab Ethan because it looks like Armin can just activate her ability like Ethan did when he first got his ability, which Ethan was shocked about the fact that she can't just activate her ability. But like I said, everything is not the same as his. He gotta realize, hopefully next chapter he takes it serious that everybody's not gonna be like him. People are not just gonna remember their past. People are not gonna have their ability. They're not gonna just be able to use it right away. So he just got lucky that he was able to remember everything and use his ability right away. But anyways, that's the end of the chapter with Ethan being stabbed. And that's it. Obviously, my rating for the series chapter is still a 10 out of 10. I'm telling you, I don't hate any chapter. I don't see a reason why to give it lower than 10 out of 10. The story is amazing. The art is amazing. The art is amazing. The art is amazing. Look at the three sisters. My God. But anyways, like I said, go subscribe. Comment down below your favorite part of the chapter. And like. Anyway, Toon Family out.